Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Albie here, and thank you for hanging out with me today. Today is the first video I am making in a while, and I thought it would be great to kind of chit chat with you guys for a little bit about what I have coming up in terms of design, which is actually going to affect a lot of my upcoming videos. So we're just gonna chat for a bit, so grab your coffee, your tea, your favorite caffeinated beverage, and let's jump right into this video. Oh, but wait, before I forget, I am actually trying something new. So I am filming two videos, one for my YouTube channel and one for my IGTV. If you've been hiding under a rock somewhere, Instagram has video, so we're trying something a little new here. Bear with me. But yeah, now let's jump right into the video. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some projects that I have coming up. For those of you who may not know, I am married and we have one daughter, and she is now 3 years old. Ever since she was born, she has always slept in the same room with us. So when we lived in New York, it was a studio apartment, so duh. And then even when we moved to Washington, our first apartment here was a 1-bedroom plus den. So while technically a 2-bedroom, it wasn't really, because that second room didn't have a closet. And the easiest way to determine if an extra room in your place is qualifies as a bedroom or not, does it have a closet? This did not have a closet. It was not a bedroom. But also, even if it did have a closet, it was like right by the front door. So you walked in, the den was to the left, the kitchen was to the right. We were not going to use that as a bedroom. That became my office. She was in our room. That's where we put her bed, and that was that. When we moved into this apartment, this bedroom, our bedroom, substantially larger. Actually, the square footage of our master bedroom is almost the same square footage of the living area of our New York City studio. Just kind of let that living area, so where you would put your bed, your sofa, whatever, let that sink in. That living area was the same square footage of this bedroom. So with that being said, it was way easier to decide to also keep her in our room and use the second bedroom as my home office. This made sense for us as parents. We are first-time parents, new parents, whatever you want to call it. And so this just made sense for us. And then also for where I was in my business, it made sense. There was more value in having the home office as opposed to giving our then 1.5-year-old, yeah, she wasn't 2 yet, her own room. So fast forward now a little bit more than a year later, and a lot has changed. Again, like I said, she's 3 now. We decided that it was time, and it made the most sense to give her her own room. She's already a very independent little girl, and she's what I call a 3-nager. So just kind of really continuing to nurture that independence, we decided to give her her own room. And that being said, my office has to move out. This is still only a 2-bedroom apartment that we are in. And so what essentially was kind of supposed to just be like a 1-room project is now like a 3-room circus, for lack of a better word. So what is happening? Essentially, transitioning my home office out of that room means it has to somehow assimilate into other parts of the house. I still need a place to get work done. Maybe not in the same way, but definitely it still needs to get done. So there may not be a dedicated workspace. However, there needs to be a workspace. So in my case, what that means is one of my desks, I had 2 desks in the office, a larger one like the main desk where the computer was, that had storage drawers. That's where most of the work took place. And then a smaller console style one, which was essentially like an additional surface area, but I was primarily using it as like my makeup station as well. So one of those desks, the smaller one, moves into the living room, and not just because it's smaller, but because it was glass, it was acrylic, so it still had a very chic look, and visually a smaller footprint that could just kind of really live way better in the living room. That goes there. The other one goes in storage. My sideboard from the office goes into the dining room, and replacing, if you've watched any of my tablescaping videos, what was my bar console. So I will still be barscaping, but just on a much larger surface area, which is awesome, not complaining. And then that bar console will now be seeing its third iteration in our bedroom as my vanity table. And I say its third iteration because that is the only piece of furniture that came from New York with us. It is an IKEA console table, and in New York it was my desk. When we moved in the first Washington apartment, it was still my desk. When we moved here, it became the bar console, and now it will be my vanity table in our bedroom. Also, coming out of her room from the office, we'll really just be clearing out the closet. So that was like a lot of my inventory storage. The bookcase that I had in here that you probably saw in a lot of my videos behind me, that's gonna stay in there, but it's obviously gonna be more for her. And then again, as everything's kind of moving around, the other rooms have to adjust. So touching up the living room and the dining room, because now there's a desk in the living room and a sideboard, not even a larger console. It is a full sideboard, 3-door case good living in the dining room. So there's a little bit of refreshing that needs to happen in those areas to accommodate these new pieces in a way that still looks intentional and chic and good. And then in our bedroom, we are reclaiming it, or claiming for the first time, our bedroom as our master bedroom and adult space for the two of us. It is the first time since being parents, since being husband and wife, that we will not have a child in our room. So kind of really turning it into this master bedroom sanctuary that really represents the two of us, and not necessarily having to accommodate a toddler. And then last but not least, the actual bedroom for her, which at the time of recording this is underway. So with that, I have a few hauls I want to share with you guys going forward. I'm gonna take you through a little bit of my process, and just kind of walk you through all of these different steps. And I'm super excited. If you don't know, I'm an online designer, so my hands don't ever get on a project unless it's my own home, you know. Everything is always very digital, and there's still a digital piece happening. If you followed my one room challenge where I redid my balcony, there was still a very digital element in terms of me planning for that transition. So this will be very much the same. I firmly believe that even though we rent, there's no excuse for us to not have our home as close as possible to the way we would want it if we owned it. Obviously, there are always limitations. I can't just knock down walls all willy-nilly, but there is a lot that I can do to really make it feel like us, make it feel like home, make it custom. You guys know I am no stranger to doing a little simple tweaks, because I'm also not a DIYer, but I'm no stranger to doing little tweaks. You've seen my bedroom, my bathroom updates. Again, you've seen my balcony, and so my daughter's room is going to be no different in terms of making reversible, renter-friendly updates that still make an impact. So I'm super excited. So her room is the big focus, and then we're gonna jump into our bedroom and then the living room and dining room, and I'm super excited to take you guys along this journey with me. And if you are not following my Instagram stories, you're definitely going to want to go ahead and do that. It's instagram.com@albie knows. Simple. I share a lot more on the stories only because it's quicker. You know, I can get to it, get it done, put it out there at the end. So definitely make sure you're following the Instagram stories so you can really kind of keep up to date with the process. There is a highlight, so if anything you've missed and you're like, well, how did we get here? If you go to my styling lab highlights, because that is what my home is. My home is my style lab. You will be able to kind of catch up on a little bit of what I've been doing, and I'm excited to take you guys along on this journey. Let me know in the comments if you are, especially if you're a parent or if you plan on becoming parents, like at what age would you put your kid in their own room? Again, this is what made sense for us. She is now a 3-nager and it feels right. It feels like the right time. Let me know at what age you did give your kids their own room, you would give their kids your own room, would they get their own room? And I'd love to kind of just hear from you guys about that. I'm excited to share this with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.